Hello and welcome to the first episode of Get Over Your Shit, the podcast dedicated to helping digital course creators, entrepreneurs, and small business owners stop overthinking and start executing. I'm Malinda Watt, your host and fellow overthinker, here to guide you through the maze of self-doubt and procrastination that keeps us from reaching our full potential. In today's episode, I want to introduce you to the mission of this podcast and share a bit about my own story and why I believe overcoming overthinking is the key to unlocking success. Let's dive in. If you're like me, you know the feeling of having a million ideas swirling around in your head, each one battling for attention. The problem isn't a lack of ideas, it's the fear and doubt that stop us from taking action. But here's the thing. I think I've finally started to grasp that action is the antidote to fear. In this podcast, we're going to tackle topics like perfectionism, imposter syndrome, and decision fatigue. All the mental hurdles that keep us from getting shit done. I'll share practical strategies and real-life examples and inspiring stories from entrepreneurs who have been there and conquered that. So, who am I and why am I so passionate about this topic? I started my web design business back in 2003, when meeting in person was the norm. Networking events, in-person workshops and seminars, lunches with business owners you liked to see how you might support each other. Referrals and sometimes cold calls were all the norm. My business has always been a bit of a roller coaster. So in 2005, I took a job to make it easier for my now husband and I to buy our first home. That job turned into 5 years and 7 months. I spent part of that navigating infertility before leaving in 2010. It was time to leave my full-time job, and I was all in a big way when in 2012 I was finally pregnant and the idea of passive income was a hot topic, and I wanted to create something that would allow me to be present in my son's life as much as possible. 6 months into motherhood, and I was balancing business and family with lots of late nights and a couple afternoons of uninterrupted work while my son was at daycare. Fast forward to 2015, I purchased my first course to support building out new systems in my business. By 2017, I had enrolled in my first group course experience with a drive to pivot my business into something that wouldn't require all of me, something that I could help many people while creating that passive income stream. A passive income stream that would allow my husband to feel less tied to a career that demanded so much of him during the summer months and give us that much more time as a wee family of 3. Years later, and honestly feeling like I could add course purchaser or student of several courses to my resume, the final step has always felt out of reach. The proverbial publish button, make it go live, a place for someone to actually put money down and buy now. I've only just recently been able to do it and make my first course available. 8 years later. I squirreled from one idea to the next while making client projects the priority because they paid the bills. There was the WordPress Mama idea, build your website one app at a time, website DIY membership with how-to videos so that you could stay as long as you wanted or needed to create your own website, and no website, no problem, which I did a really shit job at promoting, just far enough to realize no one would be showing up at the webinar, so I failed to show up too. The sheer overwhelm of how to market, build, create, promote, and engage has honestly left me paralyzed, uncertain where to focus my energy. It's the business I built the old way through networking, being really good to my existing clients and relying on word of mouth referrals that has sustained me. And I'm incredibly grateful for that. But there's only so much one person can do in a day. My choice to focus on my clients' needs and the guaranteed paycheck of a new website build or redesign for a client has kept me from real and honest follow through on my own ideas. And because I'm going to be really, really honest, fear of being seen kept me so stuck. Now, of course, all these courses I've purchased along the way have made me a valuable asset to my clients, many of whom are launching their own service-based businesses, courses, and memberships. They've hired me to take on the tech overwhelm so they don't have to, and some have even hired me a few times over when it was time for a redesign or to expand on their offers. This podcast, in effect, serves as my own form of public accountability, if you will, for building the business I've been dreaming of. One that implements much of what I've learned over the years and allows for more time freedom. It's only been 20 plus years in the making. I think it's time. So while I've called this podcast Get Over Your Shit, it's what I'm telling myself with as much love and compassion as I can, that it's time to get over it and get going. It's time to hit publish and promote myself and what I have to offer. I have finally learned that the key to overcoming overthinking is embracing imperfection and prioritizing progress over perfection. I started this podcast to share what I've learned and to help you do the same. If you've been dreaming of crossing finished website off your list of things to do, but don't know where to start, I've got just the thing for you. Whether you're overwhelmed by all the tech talk or just short on time, listen up, because this could be the game changer you've been waiting for. One-page website success, the easy step-by-step guide to creating a professional website in no time at all. You'll discover how to design and launch a beautiful, functional site without tech overwhelm. Perfect for busy entrepreneurs like you. This program is designed for women over 40 who want a no-fuss approach to getting their website online. Whether you're brand new to building a website or you've tried before and felt stuck and hesitated to promote your site because you're embarrassed with the result, I'll guide you through the entire process of building that very first page. Imagine no more staring at a blank screen, wondering where to begin, no more endless hours Googling tutorials that just confuse you even more. Instead, you'll have the clarity and confidence to launch a one-page website that captures your brand and connects you with your ideal customers without ever feeling lost. Ready to ditch the overwhelm and finally take your business online? Head over to onepagewebsitesuccess.com today. You'll be surprised at just how simple it can be. That's onepagewebsitesuccess.com. Your roadmap to a professional website in less time than you thought possible. Let's get your business online the right way. Let's talk about why execution is so crucial. In 2019, a business coach helped me realize how all these incomplete projects and ideas had clogged up my ability to execute the next thing I wanted to jump into. While I've spent some time beating myself up over what felt like failure, I've come to see that all of this has led me to this moment. I've worked to clear away those unfinished projects and focus on what excites me most right now. This podcast is one of those things. Something that's been on my mind since 2017. I even printed stickers as a promotional piece that I took to a conference, but big surprise, I never gave them out. Not a single one. I didn't even break the seal on the package until just recently. I've been paying for the domain name getoveryourshit.com for 8 years. So if you're listening to this, thank you. And yes, as you can hear, another clog cleared in the pipe. Many of us get caught up in planning and analysis, thinking that we need to have everything figured out before we start. But there's a little secret. Clarity comes with action. Every step you take brings you closer to your goals and helps you refine your path. And those steps don't always have to do with setting up an email list or completing that sales page you've been avoiding. It's just as much about the inner work and, well, getting over your shit. Now that you know a little bit more about me and the purpose of this podcast, here's what you can expect in upcoming episodes. We'll cover topics like the perfectionism trap, done is better than perfect, battling imposter syndrome, you are more than enough, turning ideas into action from concept to creation, and so much more. I'll also be bringing on some incredible guests who have transformed their businesses by overcoming the mental blocks we all face. With that said, thank you for joining me on this inaugural episode of Get Over Your Shit. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, rate, and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. Your feedback helps the podcast grow and reach more people who need to hear this message. Until next time, remember, progress over perfection. You've got this. Hey there, business owner. If you're feeling stuck or overwhelmed trying to build, redesign, or manage your website, it's time to stop stressing. Let me introduce you to your WordPress confidant. Whether you're just getting started or ready to take your website to the next level, I'm here to help. So, what's a WordPress confidant? We specialize in guiding women entrepreneurs just like you through the entire process of creating and refining your WordPress website. From choosing the right tools to simplifying your tech, we'll work together to create a site that's not just beautiful, but actually works for your business. I'll take the overwhelm out of the tech and make sure your website reflects your vision, your style, and speaks to your customers. And the best part? You're not alone. You'll get personalized one-on-one support from someone who understands your needs and is just as invested in your business as you are. So if you're ready to ditch the confusion and finally get the website your business deserves, head to yourwordpressconfidant.com and book a consultation today. I can't wait to help you bring your vision to life.